Good afternoon, this is Zerfix. This analysis, we will start with some interesting facts. For the first time in the whole series, we saw a shot from the series on the official merchandise store. Also, the series is divided into several parts, and the description says the phrase, "It is time." It turns out we will be shown TV Man or something else. I will tell you everything that was in this series, from Easter egg to secret messages. In the opening scene, we see that the agents are in an armored car. Our driver is a regular cameraman. All the others are big, along with bazookas. They also have jackpacks. This is not the first time that we watch on behalf of other characters. With that, I think many people would like to see one episode where Skibidi will be watching everything. We can immediately notice the location and all the horrors of this battle. Just look at how many broken toilets and killed partners. Pay attention to the fire. Its presence means that this battle has recently started. In the same seconds, we could see a green glow, but after a moment, the glow disappears. Along with this disappears and the silhouette of the dafuk, or it is not visible because of the thick smoke. Then the operator turns his head, where we can see a broken aircraft. If you look closely at it, you can see the inscription, "Security." It turns out that it was designed to attack, not for the transportation of agents. In the last series, we saw the same. I think it's a sequel, because they're similar, and so is the destroyed equipment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, put a like and a bell, to show notifications about our new videos. Then we turn to the left again, noticing a killed ally, as well as a couple of toilets, which our hero decides to kill with his gun, which in turn once again confirms watching this series on behalf of the big cameraman, as others do not use bazookas, because the recoil for their body is too strong. I think the other big characters could not fit in this car as compactly as the others do. By the way, there is another Skibidi killed. This time, you can see the spears, which indicates the arrival of a policeman nearby, which is just a couple of seconds later was seen. Here a very terrible thing happens. He kills our driver with a spear, which led to a stop, only they were not confused and began to fight back. In addition, this is one of the agents who was active in any way. Very few of those who did it. It turns out that he may be one of the past characters who were in the epicenter of the battle, but he manages to escape, then comes back from behind, but our colleague in time to notice it and kills him, thereby saving our lives. That's why he shows a thumbs up, which spoke of the joy of saving their lives, but in debt, he also remained. Besides this situation with the policeman, in this moment there is a very cool detail. When we turn our head to the right, for a split second we can see the author on a rock, who is watching us. But 15 seconds ago, he was on the left side of some structure, so there are 3 theories about this. He just teleported, or there are several of them. Also, he has already created copies of himself, as well as copies of other characters, so his copies are possible, so that no one understands where the real one is and can't kill him. Also, at the moment when a big cameraman is standing in front of us, we can see that he is a copy of the author. Lockdown. In the door above which 3 large toilets, which is interesting on top of this word, you can see the logo, which shows the symbol of laboratories. If you do not forget the statue of 3 huge toilets, it is not difficult to guess that inside this mountain is an improvement for toilets. Perhaps it is inside this building created the basic technology, also other large toilets, and just improvements Skibidis. A huge toilet was able to teleport to use his acid to destroy his enemy when he comes out of it. Then we notice the old and most likely forgotten mobster who appeared to us in the 28th episode. Why him? Because his hat along with his appearance remained the same. He became much bigger, which gave power with new weapons. On him also someone tried to throw the toilet, but he managed to dodge, I think to save the life of a comrade. Then we saw cameraman, but in the last episode there was a picture where you can clearly see that the Titans are dead. I said in the analysis of the last episode that there are controversial details in the picture, but it was impossible to imagine the whole fake because it appeared with dafuk. Besides, he was the one who left this message, or he could have done it on purpose so that everyone went to ask for help. TV Titan. After all, there is no way they could have known about their rescue, but how did they get saved? Most likely, they were helped by the agents who were at that place, because after the kamikaze attack, we didn't see any other Skibidi. They had the only chance then to destroy them. but for some reason they didn't do it. Most likely because of the author who was near the car, or they thought they were dead. They never learn from their mistakes. Besides, in it, you could see his face. After we saw the toilet chainsaw, which last appeared in 65 series, he put on a welding mask for more protection and decided to cut our Titan into small pieces. Only he reacted quickly and showed who is the best. Also took one of the circular saws to replace the arm, which he lost in the battle. Surprisingly, he had a good replacement for his old weapon. Then the enemy with one hand cuts Titan's right camera, and the other splashes acid on his neck. As we know from 57 series, Titan loves his hand blows, especially because they are very strong, so he flies away for a few dozen meters. He wants to make a blow from far away, but we saw the attack, which manages to kill him in time. Note that he deliberately aimed at the gun with acid, so that his own acid killed him, because the acid got into his eyes, so he did not see anything and died from flying directly into the hand of another Titan, who also easily destroys the enemy with his hand. At the end of the most interesting, in front of us appears Scientist, our operator, flies away on his jackpack, so that we saw his power, also for his defense. What is that red eye he has? Why the toilet is blacker than before? He also changed his claws. The shape is also a little different. We also see more white hair on his head, although only a few episodes ago, we saw a completely different hairstyle. He is very different from the boss. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and put a notification so you don't miss our videos. There are two theories about this. Either it's another fake, and the toilets want to trap the Titans again, or it's just improved. I'm more inclined to the second theory, because there is one detail. Pay attention to the scar near the red eye. It seems that before the series he fought with someone, which left him with a scar. The scar is just near the red eye. Most likely his old eye was damaged, so he had to change it to a different one. That's why it's different. In the process of changing the eye, they decided to change other things in small ways. Also, it's hardly a fake, because usually they make them identical, if in the case of G-Man, only the lasers are different, which you can't immediately notice. Then there are a lot of changes that you can immediately notice. If they had a goal to deceive again, I think they would have created a clone, which is no different. But in principle, one of the options is just the fight with the Titans, who successfully escaped from him. Well, now they are in full readiness and showing a sign that he can destroy. Showed a new sign that no one has ever used before, although it may not even be the same Scientist we think of, because there were more of them, and alone, he could not do so many things, so there are many options. For example, the commentary of the author himself says always too ambiguous. First, we are always told about the final, so it could be the last battle that stretches over several parts, and then have to wait for Season 2 or the end of the series or see a Titan to help his friends. Well, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next videos.